Video number 2 for cardiovascular disease. So we're going to be talking about 3 asanas. They gave us the option to do 1. I'm doing 3 because I have the time. So the first one is going to be tree pose, vrkasana. The second one is going to be bhujangasana, cobra. And the third one is adho, mukha, svanasana, downward facing dog. According to doctors' specifications, when we have any type of cardiovascular disease, we should not be doing strenuous, stressful physical activities. They have to be mindful. They have to be full of breath awareness. They have to be slow and steady. What I can tell you during the evolution of my yoga practice is that slow and steady is what is going to build the best yoga practice for anybody. Be mindful. So the first one that we're going to do is a back strengthening pose. It's called bhujangasana or cobra. I am going to suggest same thing. Have a pillow available. If you can get your hands in one of those little yoga bolsters, do that. Otherwise, the reason why I'm suggesting this instead of this is because this one is a little bit more firm and I'm going to use it as a prop. So if you have a pillow that is firm, use that. Forget about this. Okay? So I'm gonna show it to you with this and you're gonna see why. You don't need a yoga mat to practice yoga. All you need is you, your body, your breath. So we're gonna lay down on the floor, facing down. I'm gonna show you the reason why I'm not using this and then I'm gonna use the bolster. So bhujangasana is like a back bending pose. It strengthens the back. Okay? The full expression of the asana is lay down on the floor. You bring the hands right under the shoulders. And depending who is your teacher and where you're doing yoga, the teacher is going to tell you, use the hands for reference, and you're going to use the strength of the back, and you're just going to lift away. And you are not necessarily pressing the floor with the hands. You just have them there for reference, and then point the elbows back. Other teachers are gonna say, use the strength of the arms and lift the body and look up. I am going to start slow and steady. So instead of going for all of that, I'm going to suggest the use of a prop. The use a firm bolster. I'm going to show you why this one is not necessarily helping. This one is very cushiony. And I'm going to lay down on it. And my chest is right on top. My pubic bone is touching the floor. And my belly button is touching the floor. The pillow is lifting my chest. I'm going to put my hands on the side of the pillow. I'm going to point the elbows back, and all I'm going to do is point my nose straight forward without causing pain on the neck. Try to tighten your belly and then point your feet. If I'm using this pillow, I'm not necessarily lifting too much. It's a good lift. I'm there, I can feel it on the back. So if you have a soft pillow, start with that, see how you feel. and then work your way up to a bolster that has a little bit more firmness to it. You're gonna bring it again under the chest. My belly button is not quite touching the floor. The pubic bone is touching the floor. Now I have the hands, and now I'm gonna use the hands a little bit for leverage. I'm pressing with the hands a little bit more. When I was using the soft pillow, my hands were touching the floor slightly and I wasn't pushing. Now this bolsters, because this bolster is thicker, is giving me the back bend, a stronger back bend. Now I can use the hands and press a little bit more while engaging my biceps and rolling the shoulders back. Same thing, look down, notice your breath. If you're easily, fully breathing, then start to point your nose straight forward. If, as you point the nose straight forward, the breath starts to get choppy, just point the nose back down. Keep pressing with the hands. The intention is to just squeeze your biceps, strengthen the biceps, roll the shoulders back. Point your toes and squeeze your thighs. If you're easily breathing after all of this, tuck the belly in. And then when you're ready, just lower to the elbows. Throw the bolster towards the side. And relax. Take a couple of breaths here. Maybe bending the knees and swinging them side to side might soothe if there is any low back pain, any discomfort there. And also when you do this, you are kind of massaging the thighs. Come to all fours. Sit on your pillow, bolster, blanket, whatever prop it is. And again, take a couple of breaths just to notice where are you at this moment. Where are you and what are you doing? The next asana is adho, mukha, svanasana. The full expression of this pose is an inversion. And when we have cardiovascular disease, we should not be doing anything that puts the head below the heart. We should not be doing any inversions. So, this is the expression of the pose. And the intention of this pose is to stretch the back of the body from sitting at the desk all day. To get in it, you're gonna have the hands right under the shoulders, the knees right under the hips. Flip the toes forward. I have my knees hip distance apart. And again, depending where you're taking the class, depending on the teacher, they're gonna tell you knees together, feet together. They're gonna tell you knees apart, feet apart. Do what is best for you. Do always what makes you feel the strongest and the most stable. Now, like I said, I'm showing you the full version of the pose so you can see what is the intention. We're not gonna be necessarily doing this. Flip the toes forward. Look at your knees and raise the hips up. Relax the heels down towards the floor and breathe supposedly. And then come down, open down, open down, open down. We're gonna do this, we're gonna use a chair. This is for cardiovascular people. Use any chair that is available to you, any chair that you have at home. That's exactly the chair that you should be using. So all it is I'm gonna put my hands on the seat of the chair. I'm gonna step back, 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 back. I'm going to lengthen my arms, and as I lengthen my arms, I'm gonna keep my back straight. And then right here, if I'm easily breathing, I'm stretching the back of the legs, and you can push back and forward, engage the core. And you again can press back and forward. To feel secure, what I would do is I would put the chair against the wall. And that way I'm not worried about the chair being wobbly. So again, step back, stretch the back of the legs, bend one knee, bend the other, bend one, bend the other. You can push back, keep the head at the same level as the heart. And then stretch back and come back forward, and stretch back and come back forward. So I'm bending the left knee and straightening the right and pushing back. And then I'm coming back forward. I'm bending the right knee, straightening the left and pushing back. And come back forward. If I need a break, I'm gonna take a break. I have the chair right here. I'm gonna sit on it and I'm gonna relax the shoulders and breathe. And then I'm gonna go back if I feel like it. One more time, two more times, step back. Keep the head looking towards the opposite edge on the chair, and just stretch the back. You can hold right here for a couple of breaths. If you're easily breathing, then you might be able to stretch a little bit more, see how you feel. Maybe you separate the feet wider than hip distance, and again, maybe you swing towards one side, swing towards the other. Notice your breath, notice your thighs, notice your strength, notice your core, notice your jaw. Observe your intention when you're moving. And again, sit, breathe, make it about the breath. Make your yoga practice about the breath. The third pose is tree pose, is a balancing pose. So for this one, I'm gonna use the wall because why not? So I'm on the wall, this is my left side. I'm touching the wall right here. I'm gonna put the hand right there so you can see that I'm touching the wall. I'm gonna bring the awareness of my attention to my breath. I'm gonna lengthen the body and press the belly in. Feel where you are balanced. Feel where the wall is gonna help you balance, and just put your hand there. Now when you are ready, you're gonna come on the tippy toes or just lift the right heel and see how you feel. Take a few breaths right here. Bring your right hand to your heart center. Now bring the right big toe on the floor. See how you feel. Start to squeeze the standing thigh. So my left thigh is squeezing towards the bone. The knee is locked. The belly is in, and I'm easily breathing. And then start to play with the balance, bringing the foot up and down, or just up and holding there and down, whatever you need. And then work your way up to having the leg up and towards the side. The toe can be touching the floor, the toes can be touching the floor. I'm gonna go towards the side so you see it. The toe can be touching the floor. The toes can be touching the floor. And then work your way until you're able to lift that leg. Touch the calf. and lower down. And then repeat on the other side, same thing. Hold the wall and feel the weight of the body. Left hand at heart center. Press the belly in. And then again lift to the toes. See how you feel. Squeeze the standing leg, squeeze the thigh. Press the belly in, soften the shoulders. When you're ready, see if you can come up on the toe. Until you're able to bring the leg up and down, up and down. And then eventually up until you're able to lift the leg high or not and just touch the calf. There shouldn't be any pressure at the knee. Just keep the foot touching the calf, or you can bring it down towards the floor and then the heel is touching the leg. Notice your heartbeat. And again, come back down, come back to center, hands to heart center, relax the shoulders, lengthen the spine, squeeze the thighs and engage the core. Notice your low back. And take a couple of belly breaths here. Relax the belly, relax the core, inhale, big belly, and then exhale. And then inhale again, big belly, do it at your own pace. And finish your practice. This is Hatsiri Guzman for my 300-hour yoga teacher training, cardiovascular asanas. Namaste.